What's up, y'all? Subleaf Gaming here, and today I'm doing an NFL tier list. I'm kind of a casual, so take this all with a grain of salt. But obviously you gotta rep the Seahawks. That's my team. But before we get into the video, reminder to watch it the whole way through. Like, subscribe, leave a comment. It really helps me out with the algorithm, and we are very close to 400 subscribers. So I'm trying to make that final push for y'all. And let's get right into the video. I'm gonna really try and hurry with this because obviously I want to make this quick video. I got 12 hours before the first football game tomorrow, so I gotta really hurry this. But to start it off, Arizona Cardinals, you got Kyler Murray, you got DeAndre Hopkins, who's gonna be out for a bit, but you also got Marquise Brown. He is very good. I'm gonna put them in A tier. They also have a solid defense. Atlanta Falcons, I don't see them being as good. Let me add an F tier real quick. Hold on, why is there not an F tier? Let me add an F tier for y'all. Okay. Atlanta Falcons, they are clearly in a rebuilding mode. I think they are better than some of the other rebuilding teams right now. Obviously, you have Marcus Mariota. He's a very decent quarterback. You have decent offense, decent defense, some good players sprinkled in there. I think they're pretty okay. Baltimore Ravens, they're going to be a very good team with a healthy Lamar Jackson. That really determines how they play. If he is 100%, I'm bumping him up to S tier. If he's just kind of, obviously, if he's MVP caliber again, he's going S. He's bringing the whole team to S tier. And they do have pretty good defense. Not really much for wide receiver, running back. They do have Mark Andrews, though he's really good. Buffalo Bills, I would say they're one of the best teams in the league. They have Josh Allen, who's slightly overrated, but he does have Stephon Diggs and Dawson Knox, two very good receiving threats. And they do have a very scary and constantly improving defense. I think they're a very scary team to go up against. Carolina Panthers, their quarterback battle is the battle of mid right now with Baker Mayfield against Sam Darnold. I think Baker Mayfield is the better quarterback by far, but he's still not really their long-term option. And they do have Christian McCaffrey, who could bump them up a few tiers, but obviously he's not really. We don't really expect him to be healthy. Chicago Bears, their number one goal right now is to develop Justin Fields, develop any other young players they have, and be a scary team in 2 or 3 years. But right now, they are not very good. Cincinnati Bengals, obviously, they just came out of the Super Bowl. And they're a very scary, very young developing team. I'm going to put them high A tier. However, they do remind me of the 2012-2013 Seattle Seahawks that were in the Super Bowl back-to-back years. They definitely could make their way into S tier, but I feel like I just need to see more from them that doesn't feel like a fluke. And Cleveland Browns, we all know why they're going here. They traded for a guy who's going to be suspended for the majority of the season, and I don't like him. So, yeah. Dallas Cowboys, also a high A tier, very scary defense. Dak Prescott, who kind of on a make or break here. Same with Zeke Elliott. I feel like he's very washed, but they also have Tony Pollard to fill in if Zeke starts having a bad season again. And they have a lot of very good options on offense. Like I said again, very scary defense. Denver Broncos, high B tier. I feel personally biased, to not rank him higher or lower, simply because Russell Wilson's on that team. He's my favorite player of all time. Obviously he's my favorite, but he's on a different team now, which makes me a little sad. However, they are a very, very, very good team, but I don't feel like they're going to do as good because they're in the most stacked division in the league. And a lot of their players are very unproven. I feel like Jerry Jeudy has a lot he needs to prove. Yeah, Detroit Lions, I'm going to put them at the top of F tier. I feel like they are a team that can be very good depending on how their younger players do. Amon-Ra St. Brown, he's really good. Jared Goff, I feel like definitely had a down year and he can bounce back. Jeff Okudah, I don't remember if he's still in the Lions or not, but he could also take a big step. And that's about it. Green Bay Packers, I feel like they're going to have a big drop-off from last year. Aaron Rodgers lost Devontae Adams, and he doesn't really have much else for receivers other than Robert Tonyan, who is, granted, he's a tight end. He's a very good tight end, but not really much else. They do have a very good defense, though, and I'm excited to see how that defense plays, but they're going to take a very steep drop-off this year, I think. Houston Texans, another development team. I do think they are better than every team here in F tier. Davis Mills could very much be that guy if he takes a big step. And they do have a lot of other younger players, so I think could do very good. The Indianapolis Colts, I feel like Jonathan Taylor could do very well to carry that team. However, he might not need to because they have Matt Ryan, who I feel like could have a very much of a Matt Stafford style resurgence in Indianapolis. And they do have a lot of very good players who could be very great, sprinkled in throughout the offense and defense. Jacksonville Jaguars, this is very tough. I am going to put them low C tier just because Trevor Lawrence could take a big step. Urban Meyer is gone. Rip Bozo. And they have a lot of very good young players. James Robinson is one that specifically comes to mind. I had him on my fantasy team last year. He was really good until Urban Meyer decided to be a stupid loser and bench him for what seemed like no reason. Still salty about that, but I feel like they have a lot of really good young players who could develop to be very good. I would put them low C tier above everyone else here because I feel like they do have the chance to skyrocket. Kansas City Chiefs, high A tier, losing Tyreek Hill is going to give him a big hit. Patrick Mahomes, he's a top 5 quarterback. I feel like he can adjust very well to Juju Smith-Schuster, and if that connection takes less time than I think it will, I could very much, I will move them to S tier, but like low S tier. I don't see them being as good as when they won the Super Bowl a few years ago, but they could still be very, very good. The Los Angeles Chargers, I am going to put them high B tier. I feel like they are a tad bit overrated. However, they are very, very, very good. And I'm only putting them in B tier, like top of B tier, because I feel like they are starting to get a bit overrated. And again, they are in the toughest division in the league. I feel like the Chiefs are the only team who's only really going to come out of that division very solidly. The Los Angeles Rams, they are undisputedly the best team in the league. You got not Sam Darnold, Matthew Stafford. Sam Darnold's a bum. You got him coming out being a top 10 QB in his resurgence. You got Cooper Kupp, best receiver in the league, undisputed. You got Cam Akers, who could very much make a very good comeback. And I hate to say I'm a Seahawks fan, but the Rams are the best team in the league. It's undisputed. It's undisputed. You got next up the Raiders. I feel like I gotta put him in this little place over here just because I feel like they're all gonna get in each other's way in that division. But expect the Raiders to have a very underrated come up season and be very good, just not on the level of anyone in A tier. Because Derek Carr, Devontae Adams, Darren Waller, Josh Jacobs, Hunter Renfrow, very solid offense, very good offense. I don't know how I feel about their defense though. They have some good players, they have some not so good players. See how it'll work out. Miami Dolphins, I feel like it all really depends on Tua. Can he be that guy that we thought he was going to be in college, coming out of college, or is he going to be the bum that a lot of people think he is now? Even though I don't really think he's very much of a bum. I just think he's kind of gotten a little unlucky. But which one is he going to be? I feel like the Dolphins could go up to A tier. They could bump down to D tier. It really depends. The Minnesota Vikings are going to be a very underrated team. I don't think any team in their division is going to be very good. But I feel like Kirk Cousins is going to have a very underrated year again. He's going to be pretty good. And they have Alexander Madison and Dalvin Cook. They're 1-2 punch at running back. And I feel like I want to see how they play that out. Do they run both? Do they swap them out? Do they trade one of them? I want to see how that plays out. They have a solid defense, last I checked anyways. And they have a very good receiving core led by Justin Jefferson, the green man himself. You'll love to see it. New England Patriots, I feel like they are in a similar spot with the Dolphins, except for their defense is a hell of a lot better. Slide them up here. Mac Jones, I feel like he could take a big step forward. He could take a big step back. I don't know which one it's going to be because obviously second-year quarterback, you never really know. Especially but I feel like they could be maybe hunting for a 6 seed, 7 seed again. New Orleans Saints, I feel like they're in the same spot. However, Jameis Winston is more proven, even though he's kind of a tiny bit of a liability. He's been in the league for longer. I feel like they could be very good. Alvin Kamara, he's coming back, right? I don't remember. Anyways, here's the big stretch of teams that suck. Giants, Jets, Seahawks. Do I gotta explain why? This one here hurts me, personally. Because damn, I don't think I've ever had a year where I'm like, hey, the Seahawks are a bottom 3 team in my life. I've grown up in Seattle, and it kind of hurts me. Anyways, Eagles, Jalen Hurts. I feel like he could take a big step. However, I don't know how big that step is going to be. They could be A tier, they could be C tier, D tier. I feel like the Steelers are in a similar situation as the 49ers. I will rank them both C tier. I will rank 49ers higher though because of Deebo Samuel. He is very good. Not really a very good offense. Only 1 or 2 good offensive players, but a very, very good defense. Gonna see a lot of tight defensive battles from them, and that's gonna be pretty cool. Tampa Bay Buccaneers, I feel like they are a very good team. You got Tom Brady coming in for one last year, I think. Does anyone really know what's going on with that? I don't. You got a lot of good players. Mike Evans on offense. You got a lot of good players on defense. Gronk is gone, unfortunately. You hate to see it. I really like Gronk, but I feel like they are a contender for the Super Bowl again. Tennessee Titans, I feel like they're going to have a little bit of a fall off, unfortunately. Tannehill's old. Derrick Henry's riddled with injuries. That might have been his last good year last year, unfortunately. And then the Washington Football Team. I gotta put him D tier. Carson Wentz isn't really enough to excite me. Taylor Heineke, Heineke's pretty cool, but is he really better than Carson Wentz? They don't really have too much talent. They have some talent they can develop, but for talent right now, I don't think so. Anyways, that is my tier list. I am pretty much done here. If you made it to the end of the video, thank you so much. I really appreciate it, and I will see y'all in the next one. Like, subscribe, comment, and I'll see y'all later. Peace out.